So health factor is a really important thing that you want to be mindful of. This can cause you to be liquidated if you're not careful. So let's dive into the details right here. We could see we did deposit our wrapped ETH using that as a collateral. And you can see here it has some variables over here. It says max LTV. As an example, if I deposited $1,000 worth of Ethereum, I could only borrow 80% or $800 of that at maximum. Now, let's say the value of that Ethereum dropped, right? And I still borrowed the same $800 that was still there. That would cause that percentage to actually increase, which could essentially get me liquidated. And if I got liquidated, I would have to pay 15% of my liquidation as a fee for that. Now, that being said, we don't want to be liquidated, but let's look at in a simple example. So here we can see we've actually deposited 0.3 ETH as collateral. If Ethereum is worth $3,000, that means we have essentially $900 of ETH. And we can see over here now we've borrowed some USDC or $500. The price of this is $1. So we've borrowed essentially $500 worth of USDC. And therefore our loan to value, so based on how much ETH we put up and based on what we're borrowing, we have 5.56%. Now, let's say Ethereum dropped in price to, let's say, $2,000. Now we can see we've actually increased, right? So here, this loan to value would have shot up, right? Because we have less collateral backing this loan. So now this went up, right? We had 600 down collateral. We have 500 we've actually borrowed. This goes up above that liquidation threshold, which you can see right here. And that would actually make this loan subject to liquidation. And then you'd have to pay a 15% fee when that happens. And that's why you want to be careful with what you're both depositing and also borrowing against. You don't want to be too risky, and you want to manage that based on your appropriate risk. Like, for example, a lot of lenders and borrowers will go ahead and deposit their wrapped ETH, borrow some USDC, use that to buy more ETH, then deposit the ETH on the platform. That increases their collateral, right? Reduces that health factor, increases the health factor to make it a less risky loan. And that's what you can do as well. But however, you want to manage your risk accordingly based on what your goals are. Just wanted to note, health factor is an extremely important thing that you want to pay attention to.